How's everybody doing? I want to apologize. I want to apologize for the fact that it took so long to do Capricorn 2. But you have to understand, it's a lot of work to do these videos. It's 25 minutes, but it just takes 5 to 6 hours to find out what to say, how to say it, prepare, then get the costumes ready for the particular element that I'm addressing, and then I gotta shave, makeup, you gotta write it out because I don't do it impromptu. I do follow a script. You see me with my notes, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and then you want to make sure that you follow the dictates of what your subscribers want, because you have to understand whatever my subscribers want is what I give. So if you're not a subscriber, then I probably will not put into priority what you may want me to talk about, unless you become a subscriber. And if you are one of my subscribers, then I am going to make sure that I give you what you want. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to have a special video just for my subscribers, because I want you to become more involved, and then I want to promote you guys. Just like you're promoting me, I want to promote you too. So I want to know just as much about you as you know about me. But enough about that. We're going to talk, and we'll run a little over just to make up for the fact that I made this kind of like public service announcement. We're going to talk about how to understand the Capricorn Part 2. Now, of course, if you haven't already seen Capricorn 1, I go into the 4 types of Capricorn men that exist, right? And I made a little boo-boo on my video. I mentioned that the second decan of Capricorn is Virgo. It's actually Taurus. Virgo decan falls on the 3rd. But it still satisfies the freaky-dicky part of Capricorn in Taurus, because Taurus is the sensualist, and he's all about the body and the sensations and the dipping and doing. Remember, Taurus, the opposite sign is Scorpio, the sex sign, right? Supposedly. So it fits pretty well. So, but then again, if your Virgo is kind of sly and sexy like the Virgo decan, and he's not on a Virgo decan, there may be other aspects in his birth chart that promotes that energy. Okay? So all is not lost. But Capricorn Part 2, we're still talking about the archetype. Remember, we talked about the goat, the devil, the elitist. That's number 1, right? Virgo type 1. Then we have Virgo type 2, which is the Taurus decan. I have mentioned in part 1 that it was Virgo. No, I made a little boo-boo. I guess I'm getting a little bit old in the age. But my guys, they catch me. They let me know. They're like, look, bitch, no, you said it wrong. Go back. So, so of course, they're going to keep me straight. So, no, Taurus is the decan, the second decan. And then the 3rd decan is Virgo, which is the end part of Capricorn, going into Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. And the lower octave of Uranus is Mercury, which rules Virgo. So that's the decan where that falls on. But still, being born on the Taurus decan or the Virgo decan is delicious, fun, sexy, sly. This Capricorn is more loose, more relaxed, more into like being the player, the Casanova, the Luther Vandross, he ain't so uptight like he is in the first decan. So it depends really on what kind of Capricorn man you got. But we talked about Capricorn being cardinal earth. And cardinal earth means that there is a responsibility that you are going to be called upon as a cardinal sign. Understand that Capricorn men are all about business. There isn't anything that they do or don't do that doesn't figure into the equation if part of that equation doesn't involve the common denominator being business. Even fucking, there's got to be a business aspect to it. Even if you want to get pregnant and have a kid, well, there's got to be a business aspect to it. Well, can we afford the kid? You know, it costs about $35,000 a year to take care of a toddler or a newborn. Do you know how much that'll be by the time he's in his middle period? He'll be it's $50,000 a year. Or by the time he reaches high school, we got to put him in private schools, and you know we got to take care of him, and the dental work and the medical costs. That'll be another $100,000. Then we got to pay for his college tuition. That'll be another $200,000 to $300,000, almost $250,000. So you know what's going to be my investment? That's how Capricorn thinks. There is no aspect, no area of his personality that will not involve business or approaching things in a business-like manner. To understand Mr. Capricorn, we're going to have to go into the cardinal, fixed, and mutable natures. Because, you know, Taurus is fixed, and Virgo is mutable, and Capricorn is cardinal. So you need to understand what that means. With Virgo, with Taurus, with Capricorn, and the decans. So let me explain it to you in accordance to our Earth, our globe. The cardinal signs are the movers and shakers of the zodiac. They're the ones that make things happen. And how do we know that? Because in nature, things happen when we reach these 4 points on the earth or in the space. Aries is the vernal equinox, meaning that in summer, March 22nd, March 23rd, we approach the vernal equinox. That means that the direction of the earth is pointing to a particular star out into the heavens that aligns with the ecliptic of the sun and the earth and the sardonic movement of the moon, all in one line, where they all meet and become equal. That's what the word equinox, it means equal. So that means that the sun is going to be at its highest elevation, and the earth point direction will be completely towards the sun, and so will the orbital sardonic movement of the moon. A perfect alignment. The earth bursts with life. It is the fire of Aries. Vernal, it means fire in Latin, and in Greek it's summer. Vernal, Latin, and it means fire. It is the spark of fire where everything becomes new again and alive. You got all kinds of trees and flowers and birds and things just bursting forth. A new cycle. The polar bears that were hibernating come out suddenly. You know, life begins again. Then you have the opposite polarity of the vernal equinox, which is the autumn equinox, where the light and the dark of the moon and the sun become equal. That is Libra, cardinal air, where the night is 50% and the daylight is 50%. Equal. Libra. The word equinox means equal, and the word Libra, Latin, means balance. So there's an equal proportion of day and night, and that occurs in Libra, cardinal air, the highest of the 4 elements. But the beginning of that ascension occurs in Aries, the vernal equinox, which sparks the wheel to turn. And then you have the summer solstice, cardinal water, Cancer, which represents the longest day in the year. You can be outside at 8 o'clock at night in the summer, which begins Cancer, and the sun is still out. It will be 9 o'clock at night when you know it should be cold and dark and black, and the sun is still descending. So it is the longest day of the year. In fact, if you're on the beach in the summer, let's say mid-August, and you stay all night in the beach, you can see the sun descending in a crab-like direction, meaning because the crab moves sideways. That's why in the globe, if you go to a globe and you see the Tropic of Cancer, and then you see on the opposite side of that same globe, go to a globe and look at a globe or a map, and it'll say the Tropic of Capricorn. These are opposite polarity points on the globe in which the sun is moving. So in the summer, when you see the sun moving sideways before it dips down into the horizon, you know that it is following the Tropic of Cancer. Cancer is the crab that moves sideways. I've been on the beach from morning to night, and I've seen the sun move sideways as it goes down. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's the Tropic of Cancer. The longest days, the dog days of summer. And then you have Capricorn, cardinal earth, the northernmost point. The sun is farthest away from us. And that's why it feels cold. It's winter. Solstice. So now we are experiencing the shortest day of the year. So at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when the sun is at its peak and making a dial in the summer, in the winter, it is dark. It is becoming dark. It's getting gray. We're losing much more light than we did in the summer. These are the cardinal points of the zodiac. And then you have the fixed signs. Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. And they're the ones that hold structures together, either earthly made or man-made. And they foster continuity. But then you have the mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. And they represent the winds of change, the actual changing of the seasons, the rotation of our planet, the rotations of the moon around the sun and within their own ecliptic, the changing in weather, atmosphere, temperature. All of that is mutable earth. The different clouds, white clouds, gray clouds, raining, storms, and all the natural disasters that occur on our planet all symbolizes the mutable signs. So understand that the same psychology that's applied to the planets, our planet, can be applied to a human being. You got human beings that are fixed. You got human beings that are mutable and changeable and adaptable and variable and unchangeable and beautiful to be with. And then you have the cardinal signs, and these are the movers and shakers, and these are your alpha males, your alpha females, your narcissists, your arrogant, and those who are dysfunctional but get things done. So understand that when you're dealing with a Capricorn man, you're dealing with someone who's very cardinal and is not here, like I mentioned in number 1, to play games and waste time. Every decision that he makes, and that goes with all 4 of them, requires some kind of business transaction. If you don't love him, and if he don't love you, but you both make good money, and you both get along, then it can be a marriage of convenience. Capricorn rules marriages of convenience. Listen, I don't have to be in love with you. I could love you, but I don't have to be in love with you. It's better if we like each other and respect each other, and we can coexist together. So let's make this work. It'll be a marriage of convenience. We take care of each other. We preserve each other. Love and sentiment, that's something that's very transitory and very iffy. So let's not trust it. Let us trust what we can build together that will sustain and preserve our survival. Capricorn is very cold that way. Very cold that way. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to talk about some of the specificities of Mr. Capricorn. Okay? He seems, upon meeting him, that he's a fortress. In actuality, he is inside a fortress in which he too has created in time. It took time for him to create this fortress around him, to construct and build. Since he was young, he has been steadily, consistently, and religiously been edifying his fortress. And it is because of this lifelong commitment of constructing this fortress is why he resonates coldness, detachment, and isolation. To the outside observer, he has built a wall around him. In reality, he hasn't, though you'd think he did. You would think that he did, but he actually didn't. Most Capricorn men are shy, but don't let that fool you. He is under the surface quite an ambitious and tough-skinned, even when young. Okay? He has already made an assessment. And evaluation about, or an inventory actually, on his parents, on his siblings, his extended family, such as his aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews, his friends, acquaintances, and enemies alike, his neighbors, his community, even his own government. He has made a thorough catalog of all their strengths and weaknesses. And why? Why did he do that? Because he cares about you, you might think. Because he really cares about you. He's going to invest that kind of time and energy? No, not exactly. Not exactly. It's to see how he can use it for you, or against you. In this fortress, he has constructed for himself. He has everything he needs emotionally, physically, spiritually, or desires nothing from you. Psychologically, he has everything as well. He needs or desires nothing from you. Okay? Except for one thing, your companionship, your company. But that comes with a whole set of conditions too. For one, you can't be broke or poor with this man. You can't even be promising. You have to have it, or if he will, or he will not look at your direction. Not to be his friend or join his inner circle. Not for anything. The reason will be very simple. He will not be able to utilize you. He won't be able to use you because you pose no value. Secretly, Mr. Capricorn wants to be adulated. Do you know what that means when I say adulated? He wants to be worshipped. He wants to be honored. He wants to be respected, worshipped, feared. Oh yes. Secretly, he is a romantic at heart. With all of that, he's a romantic, a dreamer. Okay? He dreams and fantasizes of being the most powerful, the most smartest, the most sexy, and the most influential man alive, and Adolf Hitler. Oh yeah, but he wouldn't admit it. He loves sex and also loves to pay for it too. Prostitution, like Virgo, is a Capricorn profession. The devil, hedonism, perversion, all that stuff is appetizing to Capricorn. The devil is an aspect that he's not afraid of. He actually might like the term. He's a freak behind closed doors. He seldom lets anyone in, though. Behind closed doors he seldom lets anyone in. If you do get behind those closed doors, he lets you in the lair. You will be prey. And if you are not prey, then you are a toy to him. A toy that he can discard the next day when the fun is over. And if you are not a toy, then you are for keeps and a running candidate to win his heart. So you have to ask yourself, which woman do you want to be? The prey, the toy, or the one and only that he will settle down with? And if you are the one that you don't want to be for him, then you must very quickly and very decisively cut off the dynamic of the current situation, placing you in such a position. You now must engage in a strategy to turn the tables on him and beat him at his own game. But you better be a clever bitch. Don't get caught. He is a helpless and hopeless romantic. If he is young, he will be attracted to older women. If he is older, he will be attracted to younger women. As a young woman, as underage, as below 18, it's a dark side of Capricorns. They're like the natural pedophiles. Yeah. Gotta be careful with Capricorn. They like all that freaky shit. His behavior is serious, though. His demeanor, his countenance, his actions must be practical, and they must demonstrate serious intent. This man is not going to do anything or move towards any direction that he doesn't feel is worthy of his energies, his effort, and his time. He is very serious about accomplishing his goals, about reaching his tasks. Don't fuck with him with that. He does have, though, a tongue-in-cheek, kind of sarcastic, kind of dark humor. He can be very cynical, very sarcastic, and very carping. You know, he can kind of like tell you a new asshole in a way that you wouldn't even recognize it, even realize it. Or he can be like that. The Capricorn man lives in a secret prison of his own mind. He longs for the woman, the perfect woman, to liberate him, to free him, and heal him from his mental and psychological prison, which he has been living in for a very long time. He refuses to show, though, vulnerability. See, and that's the problem with Mr. Capricorn. He doesn't want to be vulnerable. And this is true of all four types and subtypes. Another thing that's kind of like nasty, not very nice about Mr. Capricorn is that he likes to test people. He likes to test you. Yes. You may be doing everything right, but then he will fuck with you and make you feel a certain kind of way and hurt you just to see if he can. He likes to test people. Are you going to leave him? Are you going to curse him out? You know, he measures loyalty by how much you can take from him, how much bullshit you can take from him. And if you can take anything and everything that he throws at you and survive and don't become bitter, then he considers that you are the woman for him. And we're done with Capricorn.